Hi, we welcome you to the Aashwasan podcast, Beyond Time and Space into the World Undiscovered. On this platform, you will be listening to insights, perspectives, and outcome of a path-breaking approach of Aashwasan Science, a science founded by Rashmi Aiyappa, the world-renowned spiritual scientist and inventor, whose birth brought back an ancient science lost to humanity. A science which was discovered with secrets about timelessness and theories about life after death. One science that encompasses the mechanisms of all life forms into a single dynamic format, demystifying the root cause of all unknown, be it a disease, situations of life, relationships, or not knowing oneself at all. To bring this to every individual in this world, she founded Aashwasan, a space that has an answer beyond religion, belief, faith, logic, and philosophy. It is an experience. This platform serves as a window to all the knowledge she shares with the world. Today, we take you on a poetic journey through the life experiences of Rashmi Aiyappa and Aashwasan. This is the story of Aashwasan in its own words. I am Aashwasan. Meandering through the city lanes, a path reaches my heart. Walking on this path, people find me and knock at my door. Laden with wounded memories and broken promises, with half-expressed equations and half-lived relationships. Defeated by life, disconnected from self, overwhelmed with the maddening crowd of the world, they come to breathe relief, to find solace in me. Trapped in the limitations of the body, entangled in painful queries of the mind, tired of the emptiness of their souls, they reach me to seek their identity, their truth. They come with the hope that they will know themselves and discover how much more they are within. They come with pieces of their broken dreams to keep their dying souls alive, to find themselves in their relationships, to know their connection with this universe. They go back forgetting all the sorrow and sadness, finding themselves in the hope of renewed happiness, with a new definition of their broken dreams, with a new direction of the turbulence of their mind. Having found their identity, they walk on in the path of their heart. I am the creation of nature. The reason behind my existence is a special phenomenon, a unique essence. Rashmi Aiyappa, who came into this world to light the flame of hope in the hearts, whose birth was nothing short of a miracle. Would you like to know her? Let me take you on a journey of nothingness to life and narrate the story of this journey's guide, Rashmi Aiyappa. Surely the day was different. So was the morning. It was about 5 a.m. Silent was that early hour. It was as if the sun was in a hurry to peep in a hurry to wake someone up from sleep, to behold her face, to touch her veil. Light scattered boundlessly. Her eyes opened wide. This brilliance felt familiar to her, unknown yet a known feeling. Out of nowhere came a voice. The moment had arrived, as if time had changed. The silent voice told her, "You're ready. Start walking the path you were created for. Open the doors of spirituality, which were half open for ages. Tell them the story of humanity, which was subdued for centuries. deliver the message of love for which your identity came into existence. Uttering this, the brilliant light vanished suddenly. As the light faded, it gave way to a new radiance, as if the journey so far has reached its culmination. The light opened the life that was hidden from everyone. All of a sudden, in that moment, her physical frame shattered into pieces. Her reflection became clear in a new body, in a new mold. She understood, as if she had recognized the moment. She ran to her father at once and said, "Father, I'm ready. Time for Aashwasan has arrived." Her father opened his eyes, embraced her. He smiled. He kissed her forehead and said, "Happy birthday, Rash. You're up so early, child." She, as if didn't hear anything, lost in her own world, she said, "Dad, time has come. The world is ready, and so am I. Now she will have to bring her to this world." There was a new spark in her eyes today. Neither laughter nor a tear, neither sadness nor a cheer. She filled the moment completely. A new day, a new body, a new year, a new journey. This birthday was new to her and special too. Today, even I came along as her shadow. I was named a year ago, but I was born today. You know me, don't you? Yes, you guessed it right. I am the one. I am Aashwasan, the narrator of this story. Now I will describe to you every strand of her life. Her name was also given by her father, whose dimmed eyes got the light back in them when she was born. So he named her Rashmi, that ray of sunlight which came as hope of life and who chose the path of love. When she opened the doors of her soul, thousands of treasures of the universe opened. Everything changed in a moment. Her human existence melted away. She dissolved in God and became a medium of nature. Every step of hers as if was lifted by Him. Every word of hers as if was spoken by Him. 30 years of her life collapsed into one, and life's secrets opened up one by one. She set off on the spiritual path. Creator became her guide and nature her pathway. Every step she walked and every breath she took had His imprint. The universe would open the path and she would walk on it. Wherever it would send her, she would reach there. Whomever it introduced, she would meet them. She was all alone on this journey, but she wouldn't have to walk alone. A few others were to join her on this path. But who were they? Where were they? How were they? What disguise were they in? She didn't know. But her hand would be held and taken to them. First, she would see the person, then the place, and eventually the path to reach that person. All these people were walking along their paths, busy leading their lives. They had different names, different professions, different religions, and different cultures. She had to wait and let some more time pass, await their right time to connect with them. She would meet them, but she wouldn't be able to divulge anything. Until they reached a certain point in their journey, she wasn't allowed to say anything before time. Respecting the laws of the universe, preserving the principles of nature, biding her time, listening to the universe's voice, she reached each of those people who were connected with her soul. Such was the union that they could sense her in them. What is the meaning of all this? What is the meaning of this existence? What journey is this? What was she to do? Come, let's walk further to know more. The way she was a medium to nature, they became a medium to her, through whom she would reach people, showing them the rules of nature, showing them the significance of their existence, awakening their sense to feel every emotion deeply, awakening the hidden brilliance within them, showing them the meaning behind every experience, deciphering the mechanism behind that experience, of the body or of the mind, of work or of life, of every sorrow, of every confusion. She gave an answer. She gave a solution. Those who were connected to her reached people as a channel to nature's knowing. They speak, but her message is delivered. They walk, but her steps reach. Tied together in the spirit, they were away from all the worldly calculations, free from worldly customs, joined by an unconditional and unnamed bond, carrying on their duties in silence. One wonders, what kind of a bond is this? Is this a miracle? Who is Rashmi? Who is like us and also not quite so? We are going to open a precious side of her life now, to hear a few untouched and unspoken words of her journey. This is a story from many years ago. She told me herself. She was about 2 years old. She remembers everything. Her childhood was beautiful and unique. She was the apple of her parents' eyes, lost in her cheerful play, singing, dancing, hopping, and frolicking, lost in her own tune, showering love on each one, always extending her hand in friendship. No one would stop her nor interrupt her. What she felt was what she said, and what she said was sweet anyways. People always found her to be unique. They wondered, such a little child and such an expanse of love. It was clear from their smiles that they were comforted and surprised at the same time. She was with everyone, like she knew them from somewhere, like the boundary between herself and others never existed. She embraced everyone, found herself in everyone's eyes. She was as transparent as a glass and as pure as every child is. She couldn't stand to see anyone in pain. She felt their pain as her own. When someone was wounded, she would feel their hurt. When someone was happy, she experienced the joy within. Whoever she met, they became an experience to her. Their life was an open book to her. Their story written on every page, their experience as if her own. She was one with them. As time passed, her experiences got deeper. When she met someone, their life unfolded to her anyways. However, now she started seeing, hearing, experiencing people whom she had never met, or had ever seen before. Her little eyes saw so many things. Her tender heart experienced so much. Sometimes she saw things that shook her heart. She would see someone dying. Sometimes she would see someone living with a desire of death, but couldn't do anything. But she saw places she had never seen before and would land up in a place in the name of destiny in a moment in the future. Every day, every moment, it was a rendezvous with life. Expanse of time was a moment of truth for her, and the three tenses of time, a moment. Unbound by the human limitations of time's linearity, she was living many lives in many places in one moment. This life of hers, this existence, no one knew. Living with these feelings inside her, dissolving these experiences in herself, alone with unshakable faith in the one above, she walked forward on this known yet unknown path. She passed through many places as she traveled along with lives. Whichever path nature would take her along, she would walk that path. There was no question, there was no answer. Just with an unshakable faith, she would walk the path that was shown to her. There were some experiences that would leave her shocked. Some would become questions, unsettling her mind. Some would become answers, showing her the way. People became books to her, and she would read them and know them. But she would ponder when she looked at the discord in their lives. On one side, she would realize the reality of human spirit. On the other, she would be worried looking at their incomplete experiences. She would wonder how deep human connection with nature is. But their experience has not even a trace of it. What is the reason behind it? An answer to every question is seen inside themselves. Yet the same people get flustered by the smallest to the biggest questions in their lives. Questions would arise from an inner sense, but they go looking for answers outside. They would spend years living with their body's sufferings, even though they have their solutions within themselves. She would wonder, so much clarity in their spirit, yet so much distortion in their body experiences. Inner world is as clear as a mirror, yet the experience of it is so clouded. She wondered, as if they are two different people inside and outside. And she would be worried that people were living conveniently with such disharmony. They are leading their lives believing that this is reality. She wouldn't understand. Why don't they see their own reality and their personality? Their true nature is one, but why do they show something else externally? People are leading lives which they are not even made for. As she connected with individuals one after the other, she would see their natural creation, but when she would see humans act alien to their natural self, she wouldn't be able to accept to see them lead such encumbered lives. In the beginning, she wasn't able to understand where she was in all of this. What was the reality here? What was her relation with all this? One by one, as these experiences started integrating inside her, her knowing grew deeper. She understood one thing, that this is the reality of today's life. People are unable to experience their lives in an absolute way. Life is not a complete experience in them. They are born with boundless love in them, yet their experience is so bounded. Human beings are connected by an unbreakable bond with each other, yet they feel just the opposite. Separate from each other, scattered in fragments, carrying the feeling of loneliness inside. As if the principles of life don't even apply. As if they're so far away from the rules of the universe. As if the voice of nature doesn't reverberate in their soul. As if God's presence doesn't even touch them. As if they can't even hear their heart's voice. She discovered that this isn't about a few human beings. It was the story of entire humanity. She realized that she has to walk along with this world, being a part of this world and living her truth. She has to reconnect humans, following the rules of the universe, following the principles of nature. She needs to reach every human who is seeking to know himself. As the time passed, her journey went deeper. She got closer to the struggles of human beings. This story is not over yet. We will come back to continue the journey. Thank you for listening. Please know that we're just a call or a mail away. If you have any questions, please do reach out to us. You can email us at info@aashwasan.com. That is info@aashwasan.com. To know more about Aashwasan, you can also visit our website www.aashwasan.com or follow us on Facebook. See you next time. Take care.